Well, hello there. That was my excuse for a John Cedars impression. I'm very tired. And since I did not do a video this weekend because I was working at the farm, still trying to get it ready for whatever it's getting ready for, I'm exhausted. I didn't have time to record a video. So here I am. Hi, JW Suicides. First one here. I don't know. It might just be you and me tonight, but I just wanted to get on here and, you know, say I'm still around, still alive. Um, Actually, I'm waiting on my children to actually go to sleep. They are supposed to be in bed, but they've been sneaking up on me lately. When, hey, mama, we're still awake. Really? Yeah. So anyway, what are you guys up to? Oh, hey, Big Tank, what's up? How's it going? And Denise, hi there. Well, yay. People are still up. Well, I guess it's not very late, is it? It feels late. It feels very late to me. I've been up since 5 this morning and we have been moving furniture and garbage and stuff into our second 30 cubic yard dumpster out there. I fear there's going to be a third. It's a mess. So, yeah. My mother and my grandparents were kind of hoarders. Like they never threw anything away, like ever. So that's fun. I tell you what I'm learning from this whole experience is that I really need to do the Swedish death cleaning thing. As I get older, like I need to get rid of all my stuff so that when my time comes, my kids don't ever have to do this because it sucks. So, Red Boy, hi. Hello from Sister Fister in my PJs. Big Tank McTokery says, I know how that is with your boys. It's the same with Erica Marie. Is Erica Marie your daughter? I'm assuming so. I think it's universal child to just chase your parents around. And not when they want you to, right? Like, so when I want my kids to come give me a hug or something, it's like, no, we're too busy, mama. We're playing games. We're doing whatever. But when I need to be like quiet or, on YouTube or just need a few minutes, no. Mama. Here we are. We're right here. I love them. They're adorable. But anyway, cleaning out your parents' and grandparents' crap is not fun. JW Suicide says, Swedish death cleaning, killing Swedes hiding out in your home. Is that the people that come with the IKEA stuff? Because if so, I have quite a few of those probably hiding out. My friend told me, one of my friends at work told me about Swedish death cleaning, and apparently they clean out all their stuff and throw away their junk before they die, which I think is a lovely thing to do. It really is. I joke that when I get old, I'm going to leave my kids a big plastic box, like a very clean plastic box full of money and a note that says, I love you. They don't ever have to do this. I mean, it's awful. It's awful. There's nothing quite like throwing away the underwear of someone who's been dead for 3 years, as in the case of my grandfather, which nobody wants to touch their grandfather's underwear anyway. It's a terrible thing. It's just very, very weird. Oh, hi, Esther. In Canada. Cool. Now we're worldwide. Well, maybe not worldwide, but we're like multinational. That's what we are right now, multinational. Big Tank McTokery says, sorry for the weird delay. My phone touchscreen likes to misbehave. Oh, well, I think all live streams are on delay. I don't know. This is only my second one. My second one ever. And you know what? Second live stream, 2 out of 2 with no makeup. That's like, I should stop doing that. I should actually like try to put my face on before I come on the internet, but I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Denise, I plan on doing that too. Tape with the names of who gets what so they don't argue over stuff. Gosh, that's true. It's appalling how people behave about stuff. And it's not even good stuff. It's not even stuff that's worth anything. Every single thing, every single glass thing that might be nice or pretty or whatever in that house has been broken at some point or another and glued back together, and not glued back together with something that's like durable. It's with Elmer's, right? So the minute you try to wash it, it falls apart. That's the stuff we're talking about. It's just not pretty. Not pretty at all. JW Suicide says, I've got to clean out my mom's home. She's still alive-ish. Mine was alive-ish for a while. It's true. But the house has to be sold for her care home charge. Oh, that's awful. We were fortunate in that my mother was on disability for a long time before she actually needed long-term care. And so she was Social Security disability in the U.S. And they paid for her long-term care, which is wonderful because otherwise I don't know what would have happened. It was still not pretty, but it would have been really bad. Denise Hedberg, oh, thank you. She says, I don't need makeup. I beg to differ, but thank you. Oh, Gene Walker, hey, from Germany. So check it out. We really are worldwide now. We're like multi-continental now. That's cool. New Zealand. What the what? We're all over the place. Don't you love the internet? The internet is cool. Because where else could you talk to so many people like all over the world at the same time? It's kind of like, I guess, what the party line must have seemed like if you were alive in the old days when the telephone first came out. You're like, oh my God, who are these people we're talking to? I don't know. Anyway, I'm still looking for in the giant shed of doom that my grandmother had. I'm still looking for the portable crank phonograph to be able to play the Rutherford records because I want to hear those because I think it would be funny. But I did come to a decision today as I was slinging stuff over the side of the dumpster that the giant pile of Jehovah's Witness literature has to go. I'm not devoting any more of my time and energy to cataloging this crap. Like, I'm going to keep the ephemera, like the letters from the Watchtower Society, of which there are a surprising number. Stuff that may not be out there, but avoidjw.org and FaithLeaks has pretty much everything that's ever been printed by them. So I wouldn't be doing anything new by creating a library. So I'm just not going to do it. I don't have the space. I don't have the bandwidth for them. They can just... Yeah. Let's see. JW Suicide says she's going to leave her friends annoying things when she dies and said she'll haunt them if they give the crap away. Oh, that's mean. Joanna, I'm sorry I cannot pronounce your last name, but from Sweden, were your ears burning because we were just talking about Sweden. Actually, we were talking about Swedish death cleaning, which sounds like a wonderful idea to me. Big Tank McTokery says hospitals and medical providers know how to shake you down for your last dime. Ain't it the truth? Yeah, it's very true. And it's sad because I know when my mom passed at the nursing home, they tried to sound like they weren't gonna, but we knew that the minute the funeral home wheeled her out of that room, they were boxing her stuff and like within an hour had somebody else in her bed. That's just how it is. It's terrible. But gotta do what you gotta do. It's less terrible actually than having my mother live with me. That would have been truly terrible. Anyway. Let's see. Paul and Joy Quilter did an 822-kilometer motorbike ride last weekend. God, that sounds like fun. I'm a little risk averse though. I'm kind of scared of motorcycles, but it sounds fun. And it looks cool. I'm sure it was awesome. I'm trying to read the chat and talk at the same time. So if I don't make any sense, that's probably, that and exhaustion is probably why. Let's see. Over 1,200 pounds a week for a tiny cell for my mom. Tried to make me liable for that. Oh my God. That's crazy. Crazy. It does. It costs a lot of money to take care of elderly people, and disabled people, and it's really sad. But, you know, going through this with my mom for so long, even aside from the weird Jehovah's Witness pseudo shunning stuff, it sort of, it's just amazing how much work is involved in caring for a person. And that's even if, you know, not considering their personality and how they might make it more difficult. Because, man, my mom was difficult. I mean, she was, whew, difficult doesn't really begin to touch on it. She was something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to get sad because that's just, I'm too tired to get sad. I'm going to sit here and drink out of my iron fister cup. I actually made this. It's made out of a wine bottle. I made this for my husband, um, for Christmas a couple years ago, but he never drinks out of it, and I love it. So I stole it. Let's see. Jerica Marie says, I salute you. Oh, thank you. You are so sweet. I'm glad that I motivate someone. I have a hard time motivating myself. um, let's see. When my Jehovah's Witness aunt died, it was drama too. It's always drama. JW Suicide says my mom's a cow. Yeah. I think Jehovah's Witness mothers across the board, many of them are cows. Now, I have a friend who is recently ex Jehovah's Witness, and she is the exception. Her mother is definitely not a cow. Her mother is lovely, but still very, very indoctrinated, which I think is sad. And so it's kind of hard to watch the people who try to fade to keep their families. It makes me really sad because, you know, you always have to be on your toes, like you're hiding something and you can't really be honest with the people you love. It makes me sad. Um, I would be, I don't know. I kind of thought I could fade. I don't know why I thought that. I guess I was just stupid at the time when I was, 19 or 20. I thought I could get out, but I was living with my mother, and I knew my mother. I should have known better than that. I thought I could quit, Um, I thought if there wasn't a rule for something that I could just do it then, and it was fine, that I could just quit and say, I don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness, but that it doesn't work, guys. It really doesn't. Let's see. Paul and Joy Quilter said, when is an episode 9 of Sex and the Jehovah's Witnesses coming up? Well, I am working on it. They take a long time to make, because I have to be in the mood to read through scads of Jehovah's Witness literature pieces to find those those particularly revolting little nuggets for you. And then I've got to think up all of my goofy takes on them, and I have to find all the pearl necklaces that are strewn about the house now because the boys are playing with them. And hi James and Karen. Hey, thanks again for lunch the other day, guys. Y'all are fabulous. We had so much fun. So here is something cool. I have met so many ex-Jehovah's Witnesses recently and have like all these new friends, and it's so exciting. It's really great. So of course, James Harjo and his wife, Karen. Now I knew Karen, she and I were friends when we were like 12, way back in the day when we were witnesses. And I was absolutely beside myself when I found out that she had crossed over to the dark side. I was so excited. And then at my mother's funeral, I know you guys may have watched my video about that, thanking everyone for the apostate community who came out to support me for my mom's funeral. It was lovely. And I met Joe Hudson and his lovely wife, Ariane, who is rapidly becoming a really good friend. They came over to our house for dinner a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome. And we've been texting each other, and we got worldly haircuts. Check out my worldly haircut. It's very worldly. I love it. So yeah, it's very exciting. And guys, this might be a secret, but I think I'm going to be on the round table. I'm working with John Ledger and Jimmy Bell and Diasis on the possibility of appearing on an episode of the Roundtable. So I'm thinking that'll be pretty fun too. Looking forward to it. A little something different, you know. Hey, thanks, Great Dane. Great Dane says I have a sexy haircut. I don't know. The guy's hands were shaking a little bit, so my lightning bolt is a little off, but you know, it's worldly. I love it. And I think, inspired Ariane and Savannah to get worldly haircuts too. But theirs are way cuter because they had long hair, and so they were able to like one side, and it looks super cute. Super cute. Anyway, overjoyed to have some XJW friends and just friends in general. You know, it's new and cool to have friends. Let's see what's going on in the comments here. To go on Medicaid. Okay, David Wicklin. No way around it. After a certain point, he had to go on Medicaid and stay at the nursing home because the various assisted living facilities would not take him. Oh, I'm assuming that's your dad. I can't scroll back on here. That's a horrible situation. That's where we were too. And of course, not much help from the Jehovah's Witnesses. The Jehovah's Witnesses that did help my mom, they just kind of showed up to visit, and they considered that helping. So, oh, I have a visit. Sure. What? Did somebody call me? I know they did. Now they're acting like they didn't. Well, that's fun. Anyway, Big Tank McTokery says, don't forget that you can't spell fister without a fist. Yes, I am realizing right now, to get a little bit serious, I'm realizing that I have strength I did not know I had. And it's right here, the iron fister. We used to tease my husband and call him that, but it's freeing in a way, though. It's good. I'm glad certain parts of this are over. But anyway, oh hey, Ariane's here! Yay! Good to see you. I was just talking about your worldly haircut. We have worldly haircuts. It's great. Let's see what else is going on here. This is fun. I like this. I wish that we could all be on together and like see each other, but I don't know how to do that. I only barely figured out how to do this, guys. Last time I did a live stream, I was on my phone. Oh yeah, I'm Apple's bitch, by the way. I have like the iPhone, the iPad, the old MacBook. Oh well, it's fun. What else is happening? Putting old ones on an ice floe and waving goodbye is what will happen to me. Poor Denise. That's sad. But you know, I think I might be one of those people who wanders off into the woods when it's my time. Just kind of, bye guys, see ya. Yeah. Marcia says, worldly, such a trigger word. It used to be for me, and now it's kind of like a badge of honor. Like, ooh, we're worldly. I actually had a friend in high school who thought it was the coolest thing in the world to be called worldly. He just thought that's like a compliment. And really, to normal people, it is a compliment, but not to Jehovah's Witnesses. So I don't know. They have a weird thing about redefining words and stuff. It's kind of odd. Very odd. Anyway, Dr. Richmond, just want to say thanks for all the music videos. I'm a music teacher myself with a degree in music and can appreciate the effort that goes into making a video about Kingdom Song. Yeah, the Kingdom Song ones are fun. I really enjoy doing them, and they're fairly easy to do. A lot of times it's just like a stream of consciousness about them, like thoughts that I always had while I was at the Kingdom Hall, or looking at the lyrics like in depth and actually thinking about what are they singing about here? Like, what are they really saying? And sometimes it's still shocking to me, the things I'll come across in those songs. I mean, they're real culty. And some of them are ugly. I mean, some of them are downright heinous. It's funny because I work at a university in a college of visual and performing arts, and see a lot of musician stuff happening, and it's really being around that is kind of cool when doing those videos, because I'm thinking about having an actual expert on the channel at some point to talk about their music. But anyway, I haven't had time to do that. I'm looking forward to having free time again, actually, because that taking care of my mom and the farm and all of that has just eaten my life for the past 2 or 3 years now. And is it bad? I mean, is it bad to not be glad that it's over, but kind of glad it's over? I'm kind of glad it's over. Not glad my mom's gone, just that she's not in pain anymore, and she's not making me be in pain anymore, because gosh, she just made me miserable, and I think she enjoyed it. I really do think she enjoyed making me miserable. In fact, I know she did. But anyway, enough about that. Let's see. Dr. Richmond, there's a song that starts off, when a man becomes a father. I always sang when a man becomes a woman and a woman becomes a man. My wife didn't like my lyric change. Oh, well, I hope she didn't find the box of underwear hidden in the. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know you're not really. Oh, hey, mentally diseased. Hi, Germ. Good to see you. I've been thinking about you lately, and your mom. Oh my gosh, your mom is so sweet, by the way. She sends me messages from time to time, just like my pseudo mom or something, like the one I never had. So tell her thanks for me, because she's awesome. David Wicklund, being out of pain gives peace of mind. Yes, it does. It does. It's true. Oh yeah. Jeremy, you are lucky, because your mother is the bomb, for real. Let's see. I've got a comment that's held for review. Show. I like your Sex in the Watchtower videos. The pearls. You ever laugh so hard you got a Charlie horse in your cheeks? All the time. And you actually made me squirt milk through my nose. That's great. I'm glad I could do that for you. Those videos are so fun to make. They really are. It takes forever though, because like the Kingdom Song ones I can do when my kids are around. I can't really do a Sex in the Watchtower video while the kids can hear that, because I don't want them being exposed to any of that grossness. And it's hard because I'm never home when the kids aren't at home, and they can come running in at any minute. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be talking about like anal sex when my kids come running in. Make sure they're not in the doorway. It's terrible. Yeah. Let's see here. What's going on? Charlie horse in my cheeks happens all the time though, Tank. All the time. Because I make myself laugh. I take those outtakes, out when I get the giggles, when I'm dressed up like the person with the tight collar. Pearl Lady needs her own skit on SNL. It's pretty fun. It really is fun. I don't even know how that happened. I think I was thinking about this sister in my old congregation that my mom used to be friends with. And I still can't figure out why they were friends, because the lady was pretty mean. I mean, she wasn't a nice person. She was kind of vicious to my mom. She's really kind of bitchy, but my mom just wanted to be friends with her, I guess. And she was always this kind of woman. And I just think about old Betty when I when I put the pearls on, and so I just started doing it, and then it sort of took on a life of its own. So the pearls are fun, and I keep like finding new ones and finding new little strings of beads to put on my head and whatever. So what I need though, I really need to get some glasses like Bethany has. Stop the Shunning. If you haven't checked out her channel, she is magnificent. Her glasses are the living end. They're like cat eye glasses with little little rhinestones on them. Seriously adorable. I don't know if I could pull them off, but I would like to get some frames like that for videos, because I feel like Pearl Lady could benefit from some bling, a little bit. Let's see. Jerica Marie. I had Pioneer friends like that. One trashed me to high heavens. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on the Pioneers, especially like the special ones, the need graders. So when I was a teenager, My mother decided it would be great to host 3 need graders from the Seattle area who came to live with us for a while. And I mean, it was not a great experience. Um, One of them, while my mom was out of town, we were out of town and she was house sitting one time. I think I told this story in one of my early videos about the condom wrapper. My mother found a condom wrapper. We were moving a bed. A couple of my friends from drama in high school, which I wasn't really supposed to take, but I did anyway. Came to help me move some furniture, and my mom found this condom wrapper and then accused me of sleeping with both of those boys uh, in the 5 minutes before she got home. It turns out it actually belonged to this need grader pioneer sister who had stayed at our house. And, my mom was in a hurry to turn me into the elders for everything I ever did, but she didn't believe me when I said, well, it's got to be this lady's. And turns out it was. Did I ever get an apology or oh yeah, you were right? No, but that doesn't surprise me. So anyway, Big Tank says, if you ever do a costume party, I suggest Sandy Squirrel from SpongeBob. Hey, thanks, dude. We are going to have a Halloween costume party. We're thinking that we're going to do my oldest son's 8th birthday as a Halloween birthday, because who doesn't love costumes and candy? Awesome. Let's see. Denise, my parents shunned me for more than 30 years. When they died, it was like hearing someone down the street died. Right. Oh, hi, Andy. Hi, good to see you. It's really very sad, because I have family now that have shunned me for 25 years. And, I hear that they, I see them at funerals. It's like, oh, we miss you so much. I'm like, nah, you don't know me now at this point. Like, I think you lose the right to say you miss me at 10 years when you had the right to talk to me at any time and you chose not to. I don't really think that qualifies as missing us. Do you? No. At that point, it's a moot point, right? Andy Pohl says, I'm sorry. I'm like, you're not late. I didn't announce I was doing this. I just kind of showed up, and all of you guys showed up too. Marcia, wish you'd do Shulamite Maiden. Oh, I have done Shulamite Maiden. It's on the playlist. And that was actually one of my favorite Kingdom songs to date. My favorite Kingdom song videos that I ever did. That's the one that I learned some editing on, and the first one that I used a worldly song alongside it. Let's see. Esther, when I got disfellowship, my very closest friends in Jehovah's Witness trashed me the worst. I was shocked. Oh, yeah. Your best friends are the first ones to like stab you in the back. Mine did it too. It's sad and it's weird and it sucks. But, that's part of being in a cult. That's what was done to us. And it's easier once you start to accept that it was a cult and that all those people are brainwashed and you're not the crazy one. Because we're not, guys. We're really not. So many families don't even bother to tell the exes when a relative dies. That's true. Even when the relative who dies is not a Jehovah's Witness. That happened to me. I didn't find out my great-grandmother died until 3 weeks after the fact, after the funeral, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that's pretty painful. Let's see. Denise, my dad said your mom died. Don't bother coming. Goodbye. Whoa. What an asshat. Like, that's a terrible person, dude. That is a terrible person. Why would you ever do that to your own flesh and blood? That is awful. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I want to freaking kick him. Oh. Anyway, I'm not going to drop kick my computer though. That would be bad. Let's see. Gayleen, I love you too. Big Tank, I suggest getting your boys 2 costumes. They can quickly switch in the car so they can hit the same houses twice. Oh, they don't need any more candy than they already get. Those kids are sugar. They tank up on sugar. This morning, we went out to a diner around here called Tex and Shirley's, which I love because they have Belgian waffles with pecans in them. And the boys like to get chocolate chip pancakes. And man, they were tanked up all day long on all that chocolate. It was nuts. Nuts. Let's see. Mentally diseased to Esther. It's like they have to overcompensate for being friends with someone who turned out to be an apostate and make a big show of ultra shunning. Awful. Yeah, you're right. Ultra shunning is a thing. Also a thing is pretending to be all nicey to a disfellowship person or somebody that's been called an apostate or whatever. There was somebody in my mom's congregation who tried to do that to me, like buddy up, and then turn around and go stir up trouble and report on me to elders that I didn't even know, didn't even care about, like at all. I was like, whatever, lady. She came up to me at the funeral and tried to talk to me. I was just like, yeah. Okay. It's very weird. And the longer you're away, have you guys noticed that the longer you're away from it, the weirder it is? Like it used to be our normal because especially for those of us born in that was our normal and that's all we knew. But the longer I'm away from it and the more real world experience, real world that I have, real worldly, the weirder it is. Like it really is a cult. It's bizarre. So anyway, let's see. Heather rants, you won't find love like in the Borg. Right, exactly. With love like that, who needs enemies, right? Who needs hate? Yeah, the other Andy, that happened at your mom's funeral. Oh, yeah, it was an offhand remark. It wasn't a big deal. She just came up and tried to buddy me up, and I was like, yeah, no. How about that? I did get asked at my grandmother's funeral the month before, though, how I was connected. How was I related to the family? And I said, I'm her second oldest granddaughter. This is my grandmother. And the lady goes, oh, you're that one. I was like, what was your first clue? You couldn't guess that? Like, really? I look exactly like her. What are you talking about? Anyway, yeah. So the other weird friend situation, I was talking to you guys about the Need Greater Pioneers when I was a teenager. One of the ones who reported on me and actually made up some stories about me to the elders right before I got disfellowshipped, made it very clear to me that I was not a good enough daughter to my mother and that she was going to take my place, which she then tried to do. And it was kind of pathetic, actually. Which that was fine. I wish she'd been there to take my place during all the hard stuff. But it's funny how they never want to do that. Anyway, I keep going like down this depressing road. I need to stop. I need to stop. Let's see. Galen, 33 years later, it's amazing how many Kingdom melodies I remember. I know. Isn't that freaky? But then there's one or two I've come across that I just never remember. I don't think they sang them at the Kingdom Hall. I think if they had played them at the Kingdom Hall, there might have been an open revolt because they're just unsingable. There's like no tune to follow. It's just random notes and weird words. I've got a couple of those that I'm going to do videos on there because they're just so weird. Let's see. Mama gets her cut of the candy, of course. Oh, yeah. We have a sweet tooth around here, so we eat candy all year. Yeah, maybe not too much, just a little bit. We share the candy. It's fine. Let's see. I'm losing my place in the chat. Oh, Heather rants. Wait, take your place at what? Oh, the Pioneer sister was going to take my place as my mom's daughter. She said that I was not worthy of my mother and she was going to be her daughter instead. I was like, good luck with that. Yeah, that was some crazy. So much crazy in that religion. Gayleen, back in my day, it was keep your eyes on the prize. Yes, we are Jehovah's Witnesses. Many others that I find myself humming and then I'm like, what the hell? Oh, I still do that too. That's actually why I started doing the series. It's just that the music gets stuck in your head and then you start thinking about what we were actually singing. The one that I did most recently, Walking in Integrity, that one's really insidious. It's just ugh, yuck, gross. But yeah, we actually had them play "Keep Your Eyes on the Prize" at my mom's funeral because my sister and I both hate um, all of the funeral songs. The one, "Just See Yourself When All Is New," is just mentally challenged. That's the stupidest song ever. And then the "Life Without End at Last" makes me vomit, so we couldn't do that one. So my sister picked the shortest running song in the songbook, which was "Keep Your Eyes on the Prize," and that's the one that we played at her funeral. Um, Esther, please allow all those gross thoughts and feelings of space to come up. Yes, I know. You're right. They do pass like gas and just yeah. I'll spare you the fart noises. Okay, maybe one. My kids love that. They think it's the funniest thing in the world. But you're right. I know. Usually I don't burden other people with them though, so I kind of like to keep it light on these kind of things. But um, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, Great Dane. Oh, but as for me, yeah, that's a ridiculous song. It's ridiculous and so culty. Mm, let's see. Do do do. This chat is going nuts. Watch How We Walk. Yeah. Um, that's ridiculous. I hate that I remember them too, Andy. Oh, Linda, House to House, from house to house, from door to door. I when I was making my video on that song, Robert, my oldest son, heard it one time and I heard him singing it over and over and over again. And he's like, "Oh, I like that song." And it freaked me out. I was like, "No, you don't. You have no idea what that means." So I learned about being careful about what I'm doing on my videos when my kids are listening. Yeah, that was before I started doing the Sex in the Watchtower series, but yeah, it kind of freaked me out. The same thing when we took the kids to my grandmother's funeral because he was freaking out about like the scriptures and stuff, and it was very sad. Ugh, yeah. Gayleen, I remember the Pink Songbook too. Um, it's really kind of ridiculous. Let's see. I can't keep up with your chat, guys. Y'all are awesome. My mom sent me a coffee mug that said, "Keep your eyes on the prize." Still figuring out how that relates to coffee. It doesn't. They love them a good catchphrase, right? We need to get we all need to get my book of horror stories mugs like Cass has, because Cass, the apostate. I love her. She's awesome. Recognizing Earth's New King. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Um, Andy, thank you. I'm glad you like the Sex in the Watchtower videos. They're fun to make. Um, wait, what? JW Suicides. I'm in the midst of working in therapy for not being invited to my fiance's funeral. What the what? Your fiance and you weren't invited to his funeral? What is with these people? What is wrong with them? That is nuts. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna get mad. I can't get mad. It's too late at night to get mad. Denise Hedberg, JW Music History Channel has all the music. Yes, they do. I subscribe to them so that I could do research for that series. Let's see. Mentally diseased. I want a mug with the pearl lady gasping. I've been thinking about doing merch. I don't monetize my videos because, I mean, frankly, I think it's a pain in the ass, so I don't do it. Um, Also, I hate watching ads when I'm trying to watch other people's videos. I know it helps them, but I just don't have time for that. And so I don't want other people to have to watch ads on mine, so I don't monetize. But I've thought about doing merch because I've thought about ideas for stuff. I think a Sister Fister t-shirt would be hilarious. I've come across a couple of things in like the old Rutherford books that I think would be really funny on a t-shirt. For some reason, there's a picture of locusts in one of those books, and it has these bunch of priests and people with various hats and stuff on running away like screaming, and the text on it says locusts frighten religionists, and for some reason that phrase cracks me up. I just I really want to make a t-shirt with locust frightened religionist on it. The other thing is one that a little phrase that was in one of my Sex in the Watchtower videos. It said something about blah blah blah, and then badness can escalate. And I think I need a t-shirt that says badness can escalate too, because that would be pretty funny. Denise says I gotta go. Okay, bye Denise. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Well, you saw me, I didn't see you, but you know what I mean. Thank you for coming and commenting and stuff. I can't believe like there's 30 people watching this. It's crazy. Sister fisting would be hilarious. It would be funny, but probably not very appropriate. I mean, remember I have small children, so I can't exactly yeah, no. I don't want to explain that. I can't explain that to my children. That would be so bad. So bad. Yeah, so I've thought about doing merch, but when I have time. I do have some good t-shirt ideas though. Ariane, you would buy my merch. If I do merch, I'm gonna give you the first t-shirt. That's it. First t-shirt goes to Ariane. Oh, hi, John. How you doing? Were your ears burning because we were talking about you earlier too? Let's see. We were just talking about, oh yeah, it was all good, John, all good. I may have mentioned that I was excited about the possibility of being on the round table. And also, we were talking about merch and how it would be really funny to have a t-shirt that says badness can escalate or one that says locust frightened religionists, because I don't know. Why is that funny? Is that funny to anybody else? Because it cracks me up and I don't know why. Don't know why. Oh, hi, Alpha Omega. Lewis, nice to see ya. Can't talk because I'm driving my car. Yes, do not text and drive. It is very dangerous. But I'm glad you're here and listening. So, yay. XJW Analyzer. Can't wait to have me on. I can't wait to be there. It's going to be great. Andy Pohl, I find it hilarious. I'm glad that you find it funny because I don't know why that cracks me up so bad. Don't know why. It just does. But yeah, what else? I've been kind of amazed by all of the stuff that the Jehovah's Witnessy stuff that I've found in my sojourn into my grandmother's shed and my mom's house. And the crazy thing at the farm is that there were 3 people that lived there: my mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather, and they all had their own shed, and each shed was crammed to the gills with stuff. And I have found the weirdest collection of Jehovah's Witness stuff. They used to make souvenirs. They used to make souvenirs at the assemblies, and they used to put out reports, like booklet reports of assemblies. And I found a whole bunch of them from the early days, because my great grandmother was actually a witness way back, and her father, I think, is the one who kind of introduced her to it. So I found out through all this that I'm actually 5th generation on one side, which is terrifying. I also found an article. I found a newspaper clipping, which it's in here. I'm going to go get it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see. Red Boy, not sure if Sister Fister can dance. Oh, I can dance. Don't worry, I can. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so I was talking about, I went to find this. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a newspaper clipping about my grandfather's parents. My grandfather is in here too. Religious sect is blamed for marital rift. So this would have been like in the 30s or 40s. Answer is filed by J.E. Gibson. The answer of J. Earl Gibson, that is my great grandfather, High Point, to his wife's pleading for reasonable subsistence on grounds that she was abandoned in January, blames the family separation on Mrs. Gibson's alleged extreme activity as a Jehovah's Witness. Defendant asked that she be denied judgment. The further defense section of the defendant's answer is filed in Guilford Superior Court, admits that he separated himself from his wife, but alleges that the separation was with just, proper, and legal cause. Mrs. Gibson allegedly having harangued and harassed her husband until life with her became burdensome and his condition intolerable. Defendant charges that in recent years, Mrs. Gibson has converted their son to the Jehovah's Witness faith, that would be my grandfather, and inculcated in him and fostered in him unpatriotic tendencies to such an extent that he refused to serve in the armed forces, with the result that he was sentenced in district court in January to serve 2 years in federal prison, which he did. Mrs. Gibson's activities with the religious sect in recent years, the answer alleges, have been so engaging that she has spent a good portion of the money defendant gave her in the furtherance of business of Jehovah's Witnesses, staying away from their home many nights out of the week until late hours, failing to prepare her husband's meals and devote herself to her home. Is that amazing? Amazing. So this is the this is the calamity from the very beginning. Calamity the Jehovah's Witnesses brought upon my family, and yet they're still in. I don't know which newspaper this is in. I might be able to find archive for it, but this is the clipping right here, and on the back there's parts of an ad and stuff. I mean, I just found the clipping, but yeah, it's pretty hilarious. But I found all kinds of stuff like that, all kinds. It's just unbelievable. So yeah. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do some videos with the ephemera that I found, because I decided today there's just too much Jehovah's Witness literature for me to save, and there's way too much for me to even put together like a library. I was thinking a research library would be cool, but then someone told me on the Telegram chat that there was already a digitized library of everything they ever published, which in fact there is. So that would be a waste of time. A byline attached, Great Dane, there is not, unfortunately, but it was Guilford County, North Carolina. So it's not a large place. So I think it's probably, I don't know, it was probably the 30s or 40s, because, well, it had to be during the 40s because my grandfather went to prison in World War II. So it would have been between 40 and 44 at least. So anyway, Great Dane, we need hard copies for evidence. Oh, dude. But I mean, we have every book in triplicate. Like, it's obnoxious. I threw away probably 15 to 20 boxes today alone of Watchtowers and Awakes and CDs and tapes and videos and bound volumes. Holy shit. Why in the world does one household with 3 people in it need 5 full sets of bound volumes? Why? Nobody is doing that much research. Okay? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway. Oh, Andy, sweetheart, if you want books, you just tell me what you want. I will give them to you. And Germ, I am still holding a Revelation book and a Bible story book for you. I think they're in the shed, but I know that I'm gonna get them for you. XJW Analyzer says, I never kept bound volumes. My mother not only had her own set of bound volumes, she got sets for me and my sister. They were to be part of our wedding gifts. How ridiculous is that? Totally ridiculous. That was my husband walking by the way. He's probably like, what in the world are you doing? Hi, honey.
Hey.
You don't want to be on video?
Not at all.
Not at all. He's tired. He's been helping me throw cartons of Jehovah's Witness books into the dumpster. It's actually very satisfying to like hold a bound volume and like whip it over the edge of a dumpster. It's pretty fabulous, actually. It's great. Yeah, definitely a gift fail. John, God, it was, yeah. I was like, oh. Tank says you have a fire pit in your yard. No, I want one. I'm going to get one. But those books don't burn very well unless you like soak them in gasoline first. And that's a little dangerous if you have kids around. So yeah, you got to have the fire burning real good before you throw the volumes on there. So let's see. Oh yeah, Andy, we do need to get our holiday music together. So my voice teacher, I mentioned to him that I wanted to do Christmas carols this year, as well as the national anthem, and we are going to do some work on that. So it's fun. Yeah, JW Suicide. She wanted to give us a full set of bound volumes for wedding gifts. Luckily, we never married Jehovah's Witnesses, so she never got to. David, I'll tell Les you said hi, Mr. Fister. You have to put garlic nearby. Oh yeah, that sounds delicious, actually. Garlic and watchtowers. Maybe not together. Yeah. Wedding gift of bound volumes. Just ridiculous. Esther, I threw all my books in a dumpster. I did too today. It was great. Now there are a few that I am keeping just because of the pictures, because I want to do videos on the pictures because they're hilarious. And I'm thinking about possibly doing an art project with some of them, but I haven't decided exactly what I want to do yet. I haven't decided, but I'll figure something out. And of course, it'll be videoed for you guys, and it'll probably be something irreverent and hilarious, at least to me. So anyway, Mr. Fister has a good rhyming to his name. Yeah, doesn't he? I remember we were dating, going somewhere, and they pay with the card and they bring the car back. Here you go, Mr. Fister. And I just busted out laughing. I was like, oh my God, it's hilarious. And I told him we could never become Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses because the first time someone called me Sister Fister, I would completely lose it. But my mother-in-law is Mormon, and she's adorable, by the way. She is lovely. And she came home one day from church. We were visiting them in Florida. And she's like, talking about somebody talking to her. She said to me, Sister Fister, I just know. And I don't even know what else she was talking about because I fell under the table. I was laughing so hard. Really funny. Oh, Christmas caroling at the Kingdom Hall. Well, I always wanted to do this like guerrilla warfare at the Kingdom Hall and like go in the middle of the night before the Sunday meeting and decorate the whole front of the Kingdom Hall for Christmas. I think it would be lovely. Except how disappointed would all the kids be when they showed up for the meeting and they're like, oh, we get to do Christmas now? No. That's the only reason I haven't done it because, well, I don't want to get arrested, but also I feel bad for the little kids. I wouldn't want to get their hopes up. That would be so mean. John says, if I went caroling, people would become Buddhist. That's funny. Hi, Gemma. Ariane says, still trying to learn the Christmas songs. Had to help Savannah learn a song for school last year and had to Google the lyrics. Oh, I know. I remember one of my first worldly boyfriend just laughing his head off because I didn't know the words to Jesus Loves Me. But I was like, well, Jesus doesn't love me. I mean, what am I supposed to know the words to it for? So anyway, yeah, I love Christmas songs though. I mean, not the frantic ones that are like, dee, 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 dee. Yeah, those kind of drive me crazy. Those are the ones my kids love. I like Silent Night and Hark the Herald Angels Sing. That one. And Oh Holy Night. That's my favorite one. Even though I'm an atheist, it's still a beautiful song. Wait a minute. I saw something. Okay, David Wicklund, you can interchange happy holidays interspersed with pagan holidays to win over the witnesses to apostasy. Invite Darrow Wildberg. I will not be inviting Darrow anywhere. He is a weirdo. I couldn't even make it through 5 minutes of one of his videos. I was like, no, no, thank you. I'm not going to voluntarily listen to that, Drek. That man's crazy. Um, Gayleen, your husband, I'm assuming, is not an ex Jehovah's Witness. No, he is not. How does your spouse deal with your ex JW process? He puts up with a lot, actually. He really does. He was raised Mormon until he was 12, at which point he opted out. Um, but he wasn't, his dad was not really a believer either. In fact, his dad converted to Mormonism just to get married and then promptly never went back. So he had some balance in his life. And his mother has said to me, well, honey, even God knows better than to try to come between me and my children. So that's the kind of family he was raised in. He comes from a lot of love, and I think that that's how he deals with it. Um, I don't think he realized entirely what he was getting into when we first got together, or even by the time we first got married. We dated for 5 years before we got married, but he handles it with a lot of grace and a lot of kindness, which is awesome. Um, but yeah, and he rolls his eyes a lot because Jehovah's Witnesses are ridiculous. So let's see. Deasis would help you with the Christmas decorations. I bet he would. David says, would that be constituted as aggressive activism? Cedars might complain. Yeah, well, I'm not too big on aggressive activism either. Although I will say that sometimes it is effective. I think picket lines are effective. I think protests are effective. Um, Things like screaming at people at the carts, not effective. Um, like bullying people, I think, is not effective. But other forms, I think, are. I think when the first uh, um, Kingdom Hall crash videos that I saw, I was like really uncomfortable about watching because I felt like, it just felt horrible. And then I watched it, and it was the one in Warwick, and I just it changed my mind a little bit because that one was very powerful. I think if it's something where somebody's standing up and saying, "Hey, but this happened to me," and I'm trying to protect your children, and they're not being aggressive as in angry, I think it does have its place. But um, I also like John Cedars too. I think um, he should be a faculty member somewhere. Like he should be a faculty member at a university. He's that type of scholar. And I imagine that had he not been a Jehovah's Witness, we might actually see Dr. Evans. Um, but as it is, he was a Jehovah's Witness. So I don't know. That's kind of how I look at him. Um, doo-doo-doo. Carol of the Bells. It does sound evil, Germ. I agree. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Darrow reminds me of my former brother-in-law. Oh gosh, Andy, I'm sorry. That sounds terrible. That man's awful. Uh, do you have Paradise Lost? Yes, I do, Natasha. I have Paradise Lost somewhere in the shed. I saw it the other day. It's one of the ones that I'm going to hang on to when I find it again for the pictures because that it's got some crazy, crazy pictures in it. Big Tank says, how big is Thanksgiving in your house? Well, pretty huge. We love us some turkey over here. I mean, you probably noticed Mama likes to eat. So yeah, we do it up. There's not a whole lot of people here usually because I don't have a lot of family that actually talk to me. But my husband and I and the kids, we do pretty good eating our turkey. So yum. Wait, stop jumping. My chat keeps doing this, and I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Um, Tim Minchin. I haven't heard of Tim Minchin. I'm gonna have to go look Tim Minchin up. Doo, 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 doo. Sorry, I'd make weird noises when I'm trying to read. I don't know why. I think it may be ADD. Uh, uh, Cedar should not be a faculty member. Oh, I don't know. I work with faculty members every day. I think he is exactly like one. He's very professorial in his delivery. Um, and I think he helps a lot of people. I mean, there's things, I mean, nobody agrees with everything that everybody says, but there's a lot that he says that I do agree with. And some things that I don't. So anyway, a big apostate fest book burning. That would be fun. I think they treated those books with something though, so they wouldn't burn. I really do, because you can't light them without gasoline. I'm serious. I've tried. Um, I got to stop making ridiculous noises when I'm reading. uh, Imagine a post-Thanksgiving dinner turkey coma in a bowl. Turkey coma. Yes, that is good. Turkey and gravy, like shot glasses of gravy, because my gravy is that good. Ask Les, he will tell you I am very good at gravy. That and pot roast. I like to cook, actually. I used to do it. I used to be a restaurant manager before I got my degree, and figured out real quick that in a traditional kitchen, which is made for a 6 foot tall man, being a 5 foot tall woman, I needed another job, so I had to finish school. But I did learn how to enjoy cooking a lot. So gravy. Mm. Now I'm hungry. You guys, that's mean to make me think about Thanksgiving dinner when it's like time to go to bed. um, Great idea for a pasta stock, a JW book burning. Well, should I bring some books to add to the fire? I can look up some really fun, issues of Watchtower and Awake, and maybe bring some bound volumes. John, I'll have to do that for a pasta stock. You guys know about a pasta stock, right? So Jimmy Bell here locally, and I'm so happy that there is a huge XJW community here in North Carolina that I never knew about. It's amazing. Like, I actually have friends now. Sorry, getting a little excited about that. But there's going to be a big cookout thing in the spring called a pasta stock, and we're all going, and it's going to be fun. So I'll bring some books for the fire. It'd be awesome. Let's see, what else is going on here? Night soup. Oh, Tank, you're talking about your soup makes people, like, it's the whole Thanksgiving dinner in a bowl? Even the cranberry sauce? Intriguing. That could be delicious. Or horrible, but probably delicious, because Thanksgiving's awesome. It might be cathartic to have people toss what they hate the most onto the fire. So, like elders, the ministerial servants. No, not people. We're not going to burn people. No people. Effigies, perhaps. We could make effigies out of the pages of the books. That would be fun, and burn those. Could be a big ritual or something. Scare people. No. I agree, though. It would be probably cathartic for people to pick, like, the literature that they hate the most. Maybe everybody should bring one publication to add to the bonfire. That would be awesome. David Wickland says, stop persecuting Bridget with food temptation. Right? I didn't even eat dessert tonight, y'all. I had leftover pasta, and it was so good. Gayleen and Ariane, yes, friends are awesome, especially friends who get worldly haircuts with you. I'm just saying. So Ariane and I are going to find a black barbershop to fix my design at some point, because I don't want to go by myself, because I don't want to be a weirdo and just be like, can y'all fix my hair, please? So I need friends to go with me. Marcia says, you and Cass handle yourselves with humor. Well, thank you. I try to be funny. That was my problem as a Jehovah's Witness. Like, I thought I was funny, but nobody else thought I was funny, like, at all. They were horrified. Voodoo dolls in the shape of the governing body. Yeah, that would be fun. They'd be very large voodoo dolls, though. David, I'd bring my reasoning book and Revelation, the grand climax for book burning. Yeah. Okay. So I noticed something. What is up with the witnesses and how they name their videos? Or I mean, not the videos. I'm reading and trying to talk, reading, trying to talk. No, how they name their publications. The titles are so freaking long and weird. Like Revelation, its grand climax at hand. Who was having a grand climax when they were writing that? Was it like Franz or something? Was that was after Franz though, wasn't it? Does anybody know? Was it after Fred Franz? Because Fred Franz was a lunatic. I mean, he really was. And why did we have to study the climax so many times? I don't understand. Like back to back book studies of that. It was really horrible, actually, because it didn't make any sense. And the book study conductor on down, everybody knew that book didn't make any sense, and we kept having to study it. It was awful. Um, Andy, Ariane, yes, Ariane lives right down the street from us, dude. Like right down the street. It's amazing. I'm so happy. Andy thinks I'm hysterical. Somebody thinks I'm funny besides me. Oh, James, you have a very good friend who's a black barber because they do a really good job with most of them that I've ever seen, do a really good job with the designs. And maybe can you hook me up? Hook me up. That'd be awesome. Um, the grand climax was at hand. That's exactly what I was thinking, John. At hand. I don't think they were doing pillows at that time. I think that was just like just hands, maybe. Oh, that's gross. Um, Mentally diseased, no kidding with the titles. All scripture is inspired of God and beneficial. I could not wrap my 8-year-old brain around the title of that book. Oh, I know. I actually saw that book today. I whipped it over the edge of the dumpster like this. It went flying and like, it was great. It was awesome. I really did enjoy chucking those books. It was fun. My husband was laughing at me. He was like, okay. But yeah. All scripture is inspired of God and beneficial for teaching and reproving and blah, 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 blah. I wish I could get that stuff out of my head, but like 30 years on now, I feel like it's really like 22 or 23 years at this point, but still remember that stuff. It's yuck. Andy says maybe Ariane would like to join for Christmas music. Maybe so. Ariane, do you sing by chance? If so, we could do some awesome Christmas caroling. It'll be fun. Anyway, well, it's almost time for me to turn into a pumpkin because I'm tired. I got up at 5 this morning. It was very hot and humid, and I spent the day chucking crap into a dumpster. 4th day in a row. And I have to go back out there. It's an hour away, y'all. And I have to go back out there by 9 o'clock in the morning to meet the contractors who are putting in the bathtub downstairs. So, oh, Ariane loves to sing. Yes, Andy, we are going to have an amazing caroling team. We're a team now. That's what it is. Anybody local who wants to join us in singing Christmas music, yes, yes, yes. That would be amazing. Big Tank says, how long do you think a JW elder could take of Catholic confessional from the priest perspective? Oh my God, they would love it. Are you kidding me? They would love it because they're sitting in a booth and nobody can see them. Think about it. Of course, if you've never been a sister in a judicial committee meeting, maybe you would have to think a little harder. But those of us who have, no. They would love that. Love that because nobody would be watching them play pocket pool while they ask you nosy questions. A Christmas special with you guys singing carols? Yes, please. That would be amazing. You can stand behind the camera and hum. Oh, Karen's in too. Oh my God, this is going to be so great, y'all. This is going to be amazing. Yeah, I can't wait. Yay. Yeah, so we need to come up with a set list. Yeah, we need to come up with a set list of Christmas songs. Maybe we can write some of our own. That would be fun too. Red Boy says 1963, Babylon the Great has fallen. God's kingdom rules. dedicated to God the Almighty, who causes the fall of Babylon and the great and eternal interest of true religion. Holy crap, that is so long. I need to do a video on the titles of the books. That's going to happen. Thanks for the idea, guys. And all of the random clippings that I've come across. Some of them are really funny. This is my favorite thus far, but some of them are really funny. Great Dane, that new haircut is so very sexy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I feel anything but sexy right now, but I keep admiring my little lightning bolt here. I think it's fun. And anyway, it's very, very worldly. Yeah. So anyway, okay. So thank you very much for joining me tonight on my impromptu live stream. I can't believe I've been on here for over an hour talking to you guys. Just running my mouth, making weird noises, reading the chat, answering questions. It's been awesome. Thanks so much. And now it is time for me to lights out. I'm tired. You will hear a resounding crash after we get off of here, and that will be me falling into the bed. So anyway, night, guys. Thank you so much. It was fun. See you later. Can't wait to sing Christmas songs with y'all. Bye.